Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the physical Goten, the free-to-play one that recently got his Dokkan awakening on DBZ Dokkan Battle Global. So we're going to see just how good this Super Saiyan Goten kid is, and yeah, basically we're going to get a pretty good idea of just how well he does in Dokkan Battle. So he is a int type lead of minus 40% attack and defense to N-type units, which is obviously great, or N-type enemies. He raises attack and raises defense for one turn and causes supreme damage to the enemy. He has key +2 and attack and defense of 120% plus an additional defense of 70% when performing a super attack. He has a medium chance of evading the enemy's attack, including super attack as the second or third attacker in the turn, plus an additional attack and defense of 70% when there is a Vegeta's category family ally on the team. He has an additional attack of 20% per key series obtained, up to 140%, and an additional attack and defense of 70% when there's an ally whose name includes Trunks, attacking in the same turn. He has the Innocent Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Budding Warrior, Blazing Battle, Golden Warrior, and Shattering the Limit as his links. He's got a Hybrid Saiyan, Dragon Ball Seekers, Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, Youth, Siblings Bond, Super Saiyans, Kamehameha, Gifted Warriors, Bond of Friendship, Bond of Parents and Child, and Earthbred Fighters as his categories. His additional defensive boosts are calculated separately for a total defense of 512% when performing a super attack when there's an ally whose name includes Trunks attacking on the turn. This is pretty important, basically. His defense can raise, really, like solid. I think, personally speaking, one strange thing, or at least one strange thing that I've noticed, this Goten is, as a unit, seems to be worse than Trunks, kind of in general performance. I'm not really too certain why that is the case. It just feels like in practice he doesn't get as high the numbers as you would think he would. Now obviously I still think he's great for a free-to-play unit, and he's great to run in conjunction with Trunks. I think both of them are really cool, really interesting units, and I think honestly speaking they're really solid units. But it just feels like Trunks is far more consistent than Goten. Goten seems like he can be really good, but he lacks a bit of that consistency, at least for me overall. So obviously not to knock him, he's still a pretty interesting unit, I think, at the end of the day. And he still has some really good numbers. 131% defense, or 131k defense is pretty solid. That's going to shoot up a lot when he fires his super attack, like quite substantially. It's going to be well over 200k. And then he also, obviously in the second slot here, he has that medium chance of evading, which is really good. The only real thing I think is a shame, he has medium chance to evade, which is obviously, like his thing when you compare him to Trunks. But for me, he seems to lack enough utility. So Trunks, the big thing about him was he is a first slot unit. He raises defense, which is much more preferable to raising attack. But not only that, but he also has literally 60% evasion if there's a Goten in the rotation, which is pretty good. It's like quite a sizable amount of evasion. Goten doesn't have that, and instead he has like a nuking capability, so he has that 140% attack based on orbs, but that's not as helpful as it seems to be. So what it does is it essentially kind of makes his utility and overall performance feel a little bit weaker than Trunks overall, because Trunks, no matter what, serves the purpose of he's a defensive stacking unit. He has 60% evasion alongside a Goten, and these things alone are pretty good. Couple that with the fact that he can be used in the first or second slot, makes him pretty usable. Whereas this Goten, as a second or third slot unit, is he preferable to any other unit? Not really, and that's not to knock him completely. I do think Goten is a solid unit overall. You can see here 147k, which is solid, very solid defensively. Decent links active. We're going to grab 3 orbs here, but then that's kind of it. Like, there's not really too much else. He's got 30% evasion if he was in the second slot, which is cool. He's going to hit a decent attack stat here, 2.4 million. Yes, we could have got 4 more orbs, which would have made that in the 3s, definitely. But Trunks hits that, quite easily. So just, it feels a bit weird. Like, it feels weird that Goten appears to be a lot worse. Well, not a lot worse, but definitely feels like he's less impactful than the free-to-play Trunks. With that being said, is he still worth it? Yes, I actually think he is. Him and Trunks make a really mean free-to-play combo, and yeah, I think they're really good. Like, I do really like them. Still, I do really like them together. I like what they bring to the table. I just think Goten could have done with either uncapped like orb usage, or maybe just orb changing to come with it to make the 7 orbs a lot more common. I think that also could have been really good. I feel like that would have been something to really make him shine a little bit more. Orb changing also makes him dramatically more useful from a utility point of view. So I think like they could have made him a bit better. They could have made him function a little bit better, bring a little bit more utility to the table. If they weren't going to give him that evasion, I think that's better. In terms of build, I do think crit is the best build to go for. I think that's definitely like the best way to go about it. And yeah, I think in general, crit build's the one that works the best. Now, in terms of his links, he's got a good link set. Obviously, super similar to Trunks. Budding Warrior, Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Shattering the Limit are all very solid links. He's then got Blazing Battle, which is a little bit more uncommon. But instead of money, 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 he has Kamehameha, which, personally speaking, is better than money, money, money. It's just way better a link than money, money, money. So yeah, overall, I think it's really solid. His link set, I think it's good. Innocence, Budding Warrior, he shares those with other youth category units, so he looks really good. Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Budding Warrior, Blazing Battle, Golden Warrior, Shattering the Limit. They all seem to be fairly solid stuff, at least for me overall. Obviously, I think everything's good. There's not a lot of benefit to link leveling him, comparative to like extreme units. Saiyan units don't go crazy. Like, when it comes to link leveling, it's not like they gain a huge benefit comparative to extreme units. Like, extreme units will often have big red bosses, or strongest clan from space, or metamorphosis, or thirst or conquest, or things like that. Goten, he just doesn't tend to have that. So yeah, obviously, it is what it is. But I think overall he's good. Obviously, he links great with Trunks. They share 6 links out of 7, which is fantastic. And so they make a really strong free-to-play pairing, which I think is a lot of fun overall. So yeah, in general, I think it's just genuinely a pretty good time. And I think, they are really honestly, good and solid. And I think in general, Goten is probably worth the grind, worth the effort. He's not that hard to get. I think he's good, and especially if you're a new player, I think him and Trunks make a really, really solid combination, and they're on a lot of categories, so I think it's a good call overall. Let me know what you guys think and leave it in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.